Hey, everybody, and welcome to Real Life, Real Crime Daily for Monday, May 15th. And I'm Jim Chapman.
I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Monday.
So everybody have that little hangover that comes after a weekend of giving to mother?
No, pretty sure that's one day I can't get drunk.
Right. Yeah.
Cooking.
No Shiner Bock yesterday?
Oh, well, no. I'm on a big grilling. I grill day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steaks.
Well,
and
that's
stuff on
every
my
day.
Traeger. Yeah.
On a Traeger? You're using a Traeger?
A Traeger.
You don't mess around.
Traeger is the
He's
shit.
using the Major League.
Yes.
That's the Rolls Royce of
It is
barbecue
that.
circuit.
It is that. Hey, if you're going to use it every day, you get the best.
Well, and that's right. And I can tell y'all that the one thing that don't stop on Mother's Day, crime.
Nope.
Crime don't stop.
That's right. 24/7.
What a shame. There should be a moratorium, a 24-hour moratorium.
That's right. That's right. And
No respect.
a 29-year-old sex offender on probation who was dating a 15-year-old girl suffocated her with a pillow before throwing her body into a dumpster. The police said Timothy Dahl was in a dating relationship with the high school victim, Gracie Cleveland. Cleveland's parents were notified notified police rather, after they were unable to find their daughter on Thursday. Police say that her cell phone records indicated she had been at the home of a registered sex offender. On Sunday, authorities tracked the teen's cell phone to a dumpster near a local university where they found the body. After obtaining search warrants, police said evidence led them to detain Dahl. He was formally charged on Monday, May 8th, with 2 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated criminal sex abuse, concealment of a homicide, aggravated battery, 2 counts of obstruction of justice, unlawful restraint, and unlawful communication by a child sex offender. And the coroner's office ruled that the teen's cause of death was asphyxiation or suffocation, with police saying Dahl killed her with a pillow after they got into an argument. Police said that he had held the victim down, suffocated her with a pillow until she lost consciousness, to which she did not recover. He later put the body in a dumpster, removed her personal items from his apartment, threw her phone away in the garbage at another location. Dahl was on probation for child sex crimes with a 14-year-old when Cleveland was killed.
Hashtag murder by you.
There ain't nothing but a bullet that would fix that guy.
Doesn't deserve to breathe.
That's disgusting.
It really is.
I hate to even have to report that stuff. It's just so awful, but
evil exists.
it does.
And does it say anything? Did the parents know anything about her dating anybody?
It hadn't really got into that. Let's hope not, because if they did, to me, that they're culpable.
Well, either way, whether they did or didn't, they're going to suffer for the rest of their lives from it. But
Awful situation there.
We're off to a rousing start. Let's go to one of my favorite cities,
Philadelphia.
Woody Overton, which
Donovan
is
McNabb country.
Filthy-delphia, as I love to say.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick country. That's right.
Well, I love Michael Vick. He was actually the one quarterback that you could root for there, at least after he came back from the. He really turned his life around.
You weren't a McNabb fan?
After the dog stuff. McNabb is a great player too. I mean, look, I hate when Philly teams have good players. So it's just that I hate good players at Philly.
I hear you.
But this story is going to remind you of others we've recently told, like one we recently told in Mississippi, where one of the 4 escapees is still on the loose from that jailbreak. So we're talking about a Philadelphia prison where 2 inmates escaped. This would be a week ago Sunday night. And apparently they did not have any corrections officers watching their housing unit at the time of the escape, nor was there an on-duty armed perimeter guard. Each of these things is standard operating procedure at this prison. The two men, one of whom is facing charges he killed 4 people in 3 different shootings, remains missing. They escaped nearly 19 hours before officials discovered they were even missing.
Someone's getting fired.
Woody, give me a. I mean, you too, Jim. You guys are the bloody Angola specialists. I mean, could anything 19 hours in any prison in the country? Could you?
It'd be real hard to do with the counts that
they count every hour. Then somebody's getting fired, or a lot of people are getting fired.
And Woody, tell them how the counts work if they're off.
Then they shut down everything.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to physically, or you're supposed to put your eyeballs on them, see them in person before you did the count. So these guys were faking the count. They're not taking the time to walk the tiers or do whatever and actually make the count. They're just calling it in.
Yeah.
Amin Hurst, age 18, and Nasir Grant, age 24, escaped from the Philadelphia Industrial Correction Center. This is last Sunday again. Hurst, who officials described as dangerous, was arrested on March 21st of 2021 in connection with 3 separate shootings in Philadelphia, spanning from December of 20 to March of 21, in which 4 people were killed. Grant was in custody on conspiracy drug charges and conspiracy weapons charges. David Robinson, who serves as president of the Correctional Officers Union, said Philadelphia Prison Department is understaffed, so armed perimeter guards have not been on duty during that specific nighttime shift for 8 or 9 months. But the armed perimeter guards wouldn't take part in the hourly counts, right?
No.
So they're sort of the last line of defense.
Right,
is that
right? I mean, they shoot them if they're running.
Right. So the union head is just coming to defend the other corrections officers here, right? Typically, 2 officers would be assigned to each housing unit when the prison is fully staffed. But recent staffing shortages meant the prison regularly only had 1 officer assigned to the housing unit. So basically half of what they normally had. Robinson said on the night Hurst and Grant escaped, 1 officer was assigned to monitor multiple units. So now it's down to 1 looking at multiple units instead of 2 looking at 1
Still
unit.
walk around and get a count.
He said this is usually because other officers fail to report to work or the prison reaches critically low staffing levels. Quote, I've been talking about the staffing and safety issues for years and seemingly being ignored. I've been saying how something is going to happen, and now that something has happened. So are you listening now? Robinson said. Of course, I'm not saying that the commissioner took a key and let them out, but vital posts were cut that could have prevented this. We have protocols in place, and those protocols were not followed, city officials said at a news conference last Monday. That yard should have been secured and the fence not breached. City officials said they were investigating what protocols were not followed and how counts did not reveal the missing inmates until the next day. The department is reported to be down around 800 officers, which is about 40% below the city-approved plan to safely cover the jails that house about 4,300 people. Those vacancies put a huge stress on the officers present and on the day-to-day function of the jails, said Noah Barth, the prison monitoring director for the Pennsylvania Prison Society. So everybody's covering their ass at this point while these guys are on the lam, one of whom is
a
very dangerous dude.
You had one job. It's not to punish them when they're in there. It's to keep the public safe from them. And you fucked it up.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of people getting fired and a lot of lawsuits, and they better be on their hands and knees praying that these dudes don't kill somebody else when they're out. Y'all, let's take you to Alabama at a Walmart. An ex-employee in an Alabama Walmart is facing 53 charges after he allegedly recorded a 4-year-old victim in the men's bathroom, and police said there were several additional victims. According to the Coleman Police Department, 25-year-old Ethan Edward Richardson was arrested on May 5th on 53 charges, including possession of child pornography, aggravated criminal surveillance, and production of child porn. An April civil complaint filed against Walmart and Richardson alleges that a father of a 4-year-old girl saw a smartphone with 3 cameras that was slowly being dropped into a stall that his daughter was was in on February 4th. The father went on to bang his hands on the stall, and Richardson and began to yell at him. The father then took his daughter out of the bathroom, went to the customer service to complain. The police officer arrived, went to the bathroom, and found Richardson still sitting on the toilet, and he was holding the phone in his hands, and he was shaking uncontrollably. The officer reviewed Richardson's phone and didn't find any pictures of the girl, but an indictment filed on May 4th identifies 19 victims from alleged incidents taking place from September 22 and February of 2023. Most victims, according to the indictment, are under the age 17. Walmart said they had received several prior complaints about Richardson from parents about Richardson speaking to the kids inappropriately. Richardson was arrested on charges of production of child porn, possession of child porn, and aggravated criminal surveillance, but he was later released after posting an $80,000 bond. So that's it, y'all. Oh, of course, Walmart fired him, and they're not making any more comments about whatever. That dude needs his ass whipped.
He needs more than that.
Are you serious?
He needs to be put in a crab trap.
Right. Yeah. Hashtag murder by you.
Yeah. That, yeah, disgusting. Disgusting. Any thoughts, Mike?
The story's, I mean, we need, you got something funny?
Sort of.
Okay, good.
But well, some of these folks may not think it was too funny, but let's go over. Mississippi deputies allegedly waterboarded suspects with milk, tried to use sex toys on them. That's the headline I'm about to give you.
It's good quality headline.
Yeah. So
Wine, milk?
Yeah. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 Rankin County, Mississippi sheriff's deputies are being investigated for civil rights violations and now face sexual assault claims after allegations a deputy attempted to use a sex toy on suspects Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker. Jenkins and Parker were reportedly tortured by deputies, with the former accusing one of putting a gun in his mouth and firing it. The men also claimed to have been tased repeatedly and forced to lie on their backs as milk was poured over their faces. No deputy has been disciplined or terminated by Rankin County, and all the deputies are still roaming the public at large. And it's important to point out their attorney, Malik Shabazz, says that. So the Mississippi Sheriff's deputies are already under investigation for possible civil rights violations after allegedly placing a gun in a black man's mouth and firing it. Now, Jenkins has accused 6 deputies of bursting into a home where he was visiting a friend on January 24th, and that's where all of this stuff allegedly took place. They put a gun in his mouth and fired it after nearly 2 hours of torture. Deputies had been involved in at least 4 violent encounters with black men since 2019 and left 2 dead and another with lasting injuries. 2 of the men, Jenkins included, alleged deputies shoved guns in their mouth during separate encounters. So you have 2 guys saying this happened. Now,
That's
all
crazy.
this is alleged.
Yes, alleged. It's like the taser part that when you fire a taser, the public doesn't know this. It's electronically recorded if it's discharged, and all that shit. But it happens. There's shit bags in every profession.
It does happen. So we'll keep you updated if anything else comes out on that.
Yeah,
a lot of it,
you got to hear more on that.
A lot of what's coming out is coming out of the attorneys of the people accusing these deputies of that.
The lawsuits, yeah.
And so,
And
take that for what it is.
Rankin isn't that part of Jackson? Isn't that one of the big, that's not a rural county. That's a bigger county, I think, right?
It'd be considered like, Livingston Parish in that there's some rural parts, but it's, it's a small city. It's not, we got a freaking Bass Pro Shop in Livingston Parish. So, it's not, you're not in the sticks. Let's put it that way.
Got a Bass Pro Shop.
We got a Bass Pro Shop.
You get a Bass Pro Shop.
When you get a Bass Pro Shop, that means
that's right.
They have a Bass Pro Shop just north of Jackson.
Yeah, they sure do. Yeah.
So
I didn't have a Bass Pro Shop in my hometown.
That's probably because you're a Yankee.
There's no bass fishing up there.
Yeah.
They fish for crappie.
Not succulent.
Yeah.
Buy fish at the market.
Walleye.
Yeah. Actually, that's pretty good.
That okay. Well, I'm not going to improve the news here. Let's go to Pittsburgh. Actually, as much as I
There you go, right back to you.
no. As much as I don't like Philly so much, I love Pittsburgh. Lots of great memories in Pittsburgh. Spent lots of great time in Pittsburgh.
Second greatest quarterback all time.
It's a great sports town. It's a great town, period.
Bradshaw.
But they had a very bad Wednesday afternoon. A bomb threat at Pittsburgh International Airport resulted in an arrest. Allegheny County Police said Hussein Denavi Fard, a 37-year-old Iranian national, was arrested after he allegedly claimed to be carrying a bomb in his luggage after he was refused entry on his American Airlines flight. Okay, let's just stop there for a second. If you're an Iranian national in the United States, you probably don't want to be mentioning the word bomb to anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just think that would be a no-no. He faces charges of terroristic threats and a threat to use weapons of mass destruction, the police department said in a statement. The incident started when Denavi Fard arrived late for his flight to Philly. Oh, Philly is involved. And the airport staff refused to allow him to board the plane. He then allegedly told the American Airlines gate agents that his luggage contained a bomb. At least 2 airline workers confirmed hearing the comments to the police. The suspect was then taken into custody. Police said more than 100 passengers on that flight were deboarded, and the entire concourse was closed. The plane, an Airbus A319, was, as I said, en route to Philadelphia. The aircraft was searched by Allegheny County police officers and FBI. The Allegheny County Police Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team and canine handlers utilized police canines trained in the detection of explosive odor, as well as X-ray machines to search the aircraft and luggage on board. Officers did not locate a threat on the aircraft or luggage, including the 2 checked bags belonging to Denavi Fard. So, I mean, this should be dumb criminals.
Yeah, he's going to prison.
The FBI and TSA have joined the investigation. TSA may impose a civil penalty. Police said American Airlines has resumed normal service at Pittsburgh International, but I am just mystified as to why this guy would make any kind of a claim like that.
I've never seen the signs in airports that say you can't even say the fucking word bomb. I mean,
have you ever seen Meet the Parents?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, seriously, that it's a federal charge if you even joke about having a freaking bomb.
You ever see the
Look, since 9/11, you're liable to get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
just joking.
You ever see this scene in one of my favorite movies, Soul Plane? You ever see Soul Plane?
It's been a long time.
This is a very funny movie. It's worth a second watch if you only watched it once.
Right.
But at one point,
I have to smoke some weed and watch it.
A Muslim enters the plane and is carrying a bomb with him too. So his baggage is a bomb while everybody's looking on the plane. So that's back when people put tasteless jokes like that in movies.
Yeah.
They don't exist anymore.
Let's take you to another hashtag murder Bayou story, and an arrest warrant was signed for a Baton Rouge teacher accused of raping a student on campus. But he wasn't just a teacher, y'all. A now fired Estrema High School health teacher and track coach who until last week was also a reserve deputy with the East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office has a warrant for his arrest after being accused of sexually assaulting a student in a closet near the school gymnasium. Johnny Butler, 41, was terminated from his teaching job and coaching position Wednesday, a day after the investigative unit first reported on the allegations. Butler had been on paid leave since the accusation surfaced last week. Butler had already been fired from his post as a reserve deputy. The victim's father said that Butler pushed his daughter into a closet off a gymnasium and raped the young woman. He forced himself up on her. He's a big guy, the dad said. Surveillance video reviewed by a sheriff's department investigator matched the victim's description of when and where the assault occurred. A text message from Butler to the woman matched up with that of what the video showed. After being read his rights against self-incrimination, Butler denied having any sexual contact with it says woman, it should be kid. So if you did it, Butler, go fuck yourself. If you didn't, then whatever. Another horrible story. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, and all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had. Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of an LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
Yeah, so we need something a little more comical to light things up here, and we were talking about airlines and the crazy things that can happen on an airplane, and something that sticks out in my mind was, airports in general are places where a lot of people like to drink. You see more drunk people at the airport lounge.
Yeah, I used to get drunk. I traveled all over the country.
So it makes for, if you're not drinking, it makes for some entertaining comedy. If you're sitting in your seat and you see someone kind of staggering in and they're trying to balance on a plane that ain't moving, that kind of thing. We've all been there. It brings me back to just a quick little side story with, Mike Tyson recently. They had two drunk guys that were about 23, and Mike Tyson sits down in front of you on a plane, right? So you're a little bit excited about that, but these idiots decide they're going to kind of heckle Tyson. So they're kind of screwing with him. Hey, tough guy and all this stuff. Well, Mike Tyson turned around in his seat and beat the shit out of one of those guys. And everybody in America was like, yeah, that's what you get, you moron. Right. You don't pick a fight with Mike Tyson. Are you stupid? Okay. So anyway, I digress. We're going to get to this story. A disgruntled woman on an American Airlines plane verbally and physically assaulted her boyfriend for looking at another woman. Now, hold on, ladies out there, because I know right now you're all high-fiving and saying, you go, girl, and all those sorts of things. Well, video footage of the incident was even shared on social media because everybody's got a camera, right?
Right.
So social media, it gets shared, and it went viral. It's been viewed like 9 million times. Raynard Westbrook, as a matter of fact, who is the brother of NBA star Russell Westbrook, can be seen on the video observing and listening to the domestic dispute. The woman can be heard saying, I wear the fucking nuts to her boyfriend. Yes, you go. Yeah, she says that to her boyfriend, who she called Memo. Flight attendants told the boyfriend to come up to the front of the plane, and the woman followed, hitting him over the head with a laptop. Before getting cracked over the head with the laptop, the man could be heard shouting, I don't even know you like that. Yeah. After being told by the flight attendant that she would be charged with assault, the woman responded by saying, whatever. The abusive passenger was not arrested. They'll let her ride because I guess she wears the fucking nuts. Woody Overton.
What was her phrase? What did she say?
I wear the nuts.
I wear the fucking nuts.
I wear the nuts.
Yes. Nuts. And her boyfriend said, I don't even know you like that. So obviously they probably were in the lounge a little bit before the plane took off, and he let his eyes look at that pretty stewardess who was putting the oxygen mask over her mouth.
Yeah, right.
She didn't like it. She didn't like that at all, Mike.
Yeah,
she didn't like it. Cracked him with a laptop.
You need to be sly about those things. Like,
yes. Yeah, the sunglasses are for.
Like it was. Right. It's like Woody trying to pretend that he wasn't following Livy Dunn the other day when it was obvious on his.
Olivia Dunn follows Woody.
Livy Dunn
follows Woody.
Yeah, she's a business genius, by the way.
Actually, I got her coming on next week.
Let's go to my former state, California, where a man confessed to a love triangle murder. He killed his wife and his wife's girlfriend. Satnam Sumal, 55, was in an open relationship with Satbinder Singh, age 39, and Najiba Baladi, age 37, at the time of the killing. Sumal, by the way, was 55, so he's good deal older than the ladies. A man walked into the police department, this would be Sumal, and told officers that he fatally shot his wife and his wife's girlfriend in a wealthy California city. Police found both victims, who were later identified as Satbinder Singh and Najiba Baladi, dead in their Tracy, California home on Monday. This would be Monday the 8th. Singh's husband, 55-year-old Satnam Sumal, surrendered to police and allegedly confessed, according to the authorities. Sumal allegedly shot both victims with a .40 caliber handgun. Sumal and Singh were reportedly in this open relationship and lived together with Baladi, who was the girlfriend of Singh, but investigators are still working on a motive. Meanwhile, Sumal was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder and was booked in San Joaquin County Jail. In my 20-some years of law enforcement, and I can't think of that ever happening, Tracy Police Sergeant Mike Richards told CBS. The crime scene is a home on Sunflower Lane in a city that the U.S. Census Bureau has listed as one of the top 100 wealthiest cities in the country. Karapaya, who lives in the area, told them that he did not know anything about the relationships of the people living in the home and was surprised that violence played out so close. It's really scary and it's very unfortunate in this community that this has happened. I feel very bad about it. He feels very bad about it. So in the ritzy community of Tracy, California, which I have to admit I've never heard of. I don't know where that. I think that might be
rich people kill rich people too.
San Joaquin, a Bay Area up there somewhere, and this guy walked in, confessed, but he didn't share his motive. I'd say jealousy probably played a
rich people kill people too. Mike, I'm sure some of your neighbors kill each other, and you just don't
some
know
of my neighbors kill.
Yeah, rich people kill people too. Right. I'm going to take you to another one. This is kind of unique, and Swim could tell you a story about this, but I won't. Deputies make arrest after a woman finds a tracking device under her car. Deputies arrested a man for allegedly placing a tracking device on the underside of a woman's car. Deputies responded to a call in which a woman stated there was an unknown object on the underside of the rear passenger side of her car. She removed the object, which deputies determined to be a SpyTech GPS tracking device. Ever used them? Very good. Very reasonably priced and good devices. A product page for the device describes it as a wireless battery-powered tracker that can be placed virtually anywhere. Corey Vaccaro, a Baton Rouge-based private investigator, says tracking devices like the one used in this case are typically difficult to detect but easy to obtain. For tracking devices, it's very hard for the average person to find out. Very hard. You have to know what you're looking for, Vaccaro said. Investigators were able to trace the purchase of the tracker back to Austin Henriksen, 29, because this idiot used his credit card and put his phone number on the account where he bought the device. Henderson was arrested Tuesday and booked for the prohibited usage of a tracking device. His bond has not yet been set. Now, when I was in law enforcement, they didn't have these available to the public, so there was no charge for this. I'm sure because some other asshole did it and got caught. They've now made it a law. And I don't know what this chick was doing underneath her car. Most girls don't do that, but Swim.
That's sexist.
Swim knows.
That's a sexist.
Oh, so chick is sexist?
Well, assuming that since she's a woman, she would never check under her car.
Well, fuck, I don't check under. I wasn't finished. I don't know what I was going to say. I don't even check underneath my car, right?
That doesn't remove the sexist comment.
Okay, all right, fuck you.
I see. So it hurts, doesn't it? It hurts when it comes back at you.
Everybody, y'all know I'm not sexist. Mike's lookism. I'm definitely not sexist.
You've made up terms for shit that you're accusing me of.
Hey, so Swim, someone is me, was very successfully tracking this target because it makes it so much easier when you have the SpyTech. We should get SpyTech sponsors because you just watch them from your phone. It's very, very hard to trail somebody. You run in regular surveillance. I've done it with like 6 different cars and you still lose them. It's not like you see in the movies. SpyTech takes the guesswork out of it until your target just happens to go get his oil change. Yeah. This guy his business is getting under cars for a living. And that's not sexist. And they put it up on the rack. He's like, what's this box here? Well, it was a SpyTech GPS.
Well, but if you get significant evidence from that, would you have to have had a warrant to place it there in order?
There was nothing that Swim was doing that was illegal, period.
Anything Swim did was legal.
No, there was nothing that Swim was doing that was legal.
Just the opposite.
Swim wasn't getting any kind of warrants or anything.
He's a rough character.
Swim wanted to know what this cat was doing and where he was going.
There you go.
he was more focused on the end result than playing within
the information
game.
is power.
Yeah.
Right?
So
you never know what people are going to do. Where they're going to go. They might go to the park and get their dick sucked in the middle of the day. And if you get that, what swimming really has something to blackmail them with.
On that note.
Which I'm sure is perfectly within the rules as well. So,
hey, Swim was accused of being the one that I tried to do away with Stormy Daniels, but Swim didn't do that. All right, next.
2 teenage boys in New York were killed when an alleged drunk driver crashed into their car on Long Island.
Oh, shit.
4 teenagers were riding in a 2019 Alfa Romeo. Boom.
Of course, you guys would mess up an Italian car.
She's saying Alfa Botafuco.
Alfa Romeo.
Botafuco.
When
I used to have an Alpha Spider, by the way.
Wow.
Greatest car I ever had. I love that car.
When a Monadee,
my first wife,
son of a bitch,
my first wife heard an ad for Car Cash. She hated,
get on this?
She hated me in that car. She hated me, but she hated me in that car more. And that car was a magnet. I mean, that car was just awesome. And I took off one day, and she had heard an ad on the Howard Stern show for Car Cash, a place that you just drive your car in, and they give you cash for it if you can. And they give you like 70 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
To what the car's value is for it. She hated me and hated the car so much that she took it to Car Cash and I couldn't get it back.
Hey, the moral of that story is don't let your wife be on your car title.
Or get divorced before you get that car.
Right. All right, back to my story. 4 teenagers were riding in a 2019 Alfa Romeo when Armandadeep Singh, 34, slammed his 2019 Dodge Ram into their vehicle as he was traveling southbound in the northbound lanes. The 2 14-year-old boys were pronounced dead at the scene.
Oh, sad.
The fatal victims have been identified as Ethan Falkowitz and Drew Hassenbein. 2 other boys in the car, ages 16 and 17, suffered internal injuries but are listed in stable condition, according to police. Shortly after the initial crash, the teenager sedan went on to hit a 2023 Volvo carrying a 49-year-old woman and a 16-year-old boy. The pair suffered only minor injuries. Falkowitz and Hassenbein were 8th grade student athletes from Roseland who had been returning from a tennis competition at the time of the crash. Both boys were reportedly varsity standouts. The teens were best friends, and Singh, who allegedly tried to flee on foot before being captured by police, had a blood alcohol level of 0.18, which is more than twice the legal limit.
Crazy. Sad.
Deadly first date is what I'm calling this story because it is a deadly first date. A single mom invited a man she'd just met to a baseball game, and then she vanished. Letitia, or as they called her, Letty Martinez Cosman, invited Brett Gitchell on a date to attend a Seattle Mariners baseball game at T-Mobile Park on March 31st. She had no idea that it would be the last time she'd see her favorite team play. As a single mother and the primary caregiver to an adult son with special needs, Letitia, who is 58, rarely had a night out. But as a diehard Mariners fan, she allowed herself time to decompress at the ballpark during baseball season. After meeting Gitchell, who was 46, at a warehouse store food court a few weeks prior, the pair bonded over their mutual love of the Mariners, and Letitia offered to take him to the next game. She noticed he was wearing a Mariners hat, and one thing led to another. Letitia's brother, Ricardo Martinez, age 53, who spoke with her shortly before the game, said she hadn't been out for a while, so she said, sure, let's see how this goes. Letitia snapped a selfie of herself with Gitchell at the game, documenting their time there together, but she never made it home. So she took a picture of the two of them together, which
she has that
in this article. An investigation revealed that Gitchell allegedly kidnapped Letitia's son, Patrick, from the family's West Seattle home hours before her reported disappearance. According to the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Gitchell drove Patrick to a remote area in Renton, Washington, where he allegedly attempted to strangle and murder him before Patrick, age 24, managed to escape and call for help.
Good for him.
Good for Patrick. Right. Unfortunately, Letitia's burned out car was discovered shortly after, but she was nowhere to be found. Authorities determined her car had been intentionally set on fire. Nearly 2 weeks later, her remains were located in a ditch in Renton. She'd been strangled to death, according to the authorities. Gitchell was arrested and charged with murdering Letitia. He pleaded not guilty to attempted murder and kidnapping in Patrick's case and pleaded not guilty to murdering Letitia. Since his mother's death, Patrick has moved to Texas to live with his father, Craig, but Ricardo remains in Seattle, where he continues his fight for justice on behalf of his late sister. I'd like for Patrick to be happy and for everyone to please never forget who Letitia was. That would be my justice, according to Ricardo. What a horrible story. You meet a guy, one date, and
another hashtag murder by you.
And then he goes after the son. Unbelievable. And thank goodness the son was able to fight him off.
He's probably got more bodies on him than her. You don't just start out kidnapping and doing that
Especially
shit.
that way, right?
So let's go to another one of these things we always talk about. 17-year-old girl killed at a California party mass shooting near a college. 17-year-old girl was killed and 5 other people were wounded in a shooting early Saturday at a party near Chico State University. Officers responded around 3:30 a.m. to reports of gunfire, found 6 people shot at an apartment building in Chico. All the victims were taken to hospitals, and a teenager died at the hospital. 2 men, ages 21 and 19, and a 17-year-old girl remain hospitalized in stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries. 2 other men, 18 and 20, were treated at the hospital and released. The shooting appeared to be an isolated incident, and there was no ongoing threat to the community, the police said, and they released no information on the shooter. But police had been called to the same address about 30 minutes before the shooting and arrested a man on suspicion of brandishing a firearm. That suspect matched the description of a man who was asked to leave a separate party about a mile away around 12:30 a.m. A fight broke out at the earlier party, and 2 people were hospitalized after being struck in the head, one with a bottle and one with a firearm. They closed off several streets and worked it as a crime scene, looking for bullet holes and all that. Y'all, if you don't know, Chico is about 90 miles north of Sacramento. And the only reason I know this, because I actually listened to Joe Rogan on the way back because of you, and he was listening to this interview of Aaron Rodgers. So Chico is known for being the home of Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Not anymore, because he'd be playing for Mike's team.
No, Mike's team's the Giants. So he's
the Jets.
Oh, we thought you liked the Jets.
He's playing for the bad guys.
Hey, so when
the Eagles.
Do you bet? Because, if you like the Giants, and any time this season you like the Giants, we do the spread, and I'll be your bookie. Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore, because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC.
Save big money on appliances now at Menards. You need reliable and energy-efficient appliances to conquer the day. Menards is your one-stop shop with the largest in-stock appliance selection, ready to take home today. Check out our top appliance brands, including KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and Criterion. Save big money on all appliances at Menards and check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all our great deals.
Save big money at Menards.
Oh, they stole what?
They stole what? I missed this one last episode.
Yeah, I know.
Stole
You
what?
and several messages that I got that said,
blowing
where's
it up.
our they stole what?
What?
So we got one for you today, y'all. So what about if you stole a beach?
A beach?
That's right, a beach.
A bitch?
You know that feeling when you're having a relaxing day at the beach and you think to yourself, man, I wish I could just take the beach home with me.
I do know that feeling.
Well, that's basically what happened to a group of thieves that decided to tow away 500 truckloads
What?
of sand from Destin, Florida.
Really? The
recently.
That's the white sand.
White
That's a beautiful
sand.
white
That's the good
sand.
stuff.
You take that.
That's
That's why
yellow
I wanted to take
when
it.
Mike was down there drinking tequila peeing on it.
Now,
Yeah.
just to let y'all know, it's more likely the perpetrators sold the sand to landscaping and building companies and then keep it all for themselves.
Right. Well, he should have.
But whatever the motive.
White snow sand. For all you listeners who don't know, it's the whitest sand ever.
That's right. That's
In
right.
the world, probably.
Well, whatever the motive, their plan was to clearly
How in the
Their plan
fuck
was
do you get
clearly well thought
500
out.
truckloads. You've got to have equipment to load the trucks. It's not like they were loading it with shovels.
They did
You
it.
got to have backhoes.
They made it happen.
And everything. And 500
Dump trucks. Yeah.
500.
500 truckloads.
That is a shit ton of trucks.
And they never got caught. How about
What?
that? They never got caught.
How the fuck did they
Inside
know they
job.
stole it? then?
Inside job.
How did they? Inside what?
Had to be.
Inside the job on the state
City
of
of
Florida?
Destin.
Wait. How did they know it was stolen then?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
They measure the sand every morning.
I guess
They
so.
Look,
weigh-
we
they
can't
weigh
give you all the
sand.
details on they stole what. We
You
got
know what?
to leave you.
That was a really
percolating.
good one. They stole what?
They stole what? They stole what?
Well, then
Oh,
yes,
The quiet storm.
my personal favorite segment, Woody Overton. It's kinky time.
Kinky crime for Monday, y'all. And listen to this one. Couple arrested on a plane insists they were joking about joining the Mile High Club. Too drunk. Yeah. Okay. Any members of Mile High Club in the studio? Okay,
I guess not. Nobody's claiming anyway.
I could never sell it. I've tried to sell it.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm going to remain anonymous, Cindy. All right. So 2 drunk and frisky flyers were arrested after a woman put her head under the blanket on the lap of another passenger during a return flight. We should have airplane crimes. You know, we talk a lot about airplane stories. So anyway, she puts her head under the blanket on the lap of another passenger during a return flight from Sin City and said they were joking around about joining the Mile High Club. The canoodling couple from Minnesota, identified in an airport police report as Teresa M. Kahn, 43, and Tyler V. Bohem, 41, were handcuffed soon after landing on January 21st at a Minneapolis-St. Paul airport. Police said the alleged risky behavior on their Sun Country flight involved Khan's head beneath a blanket that was placed over Bohem's lap. Khan insisted to police that her head was only under the blanket for 2 seconds, but Jenny Hushka, who was seated in a row behind the couple, told the Star Tribune it lasted for several minutes. Right? Hushka said the couple had been making out and Khan was touching her all over. It was nonstop, Hushka said. Khan told the cops she and Bowen were merely joking around about joining the Mile High Club by having sex on an airplane, according to the airport police incident obtained by the newspaper. We are getting a lawyer, Bowen told the paper Sunday. It's a joke. That's all I can say. Khan, who could not be reached for comment, was ready to start drinking before the plane even took off. Jim, like we were talking about earlier, and was acting belligerent towards the flight attendants who denied his early request for beer.
He needed to release Woody Overton. He was a little frustrated.
Evidently. Khan and Bowen were each issued a summons Wednesday to appear in court in March to face a misdemeanor charge of engaging in gross lewdness or lascivious behavior. And guess what?
What kind of behavior?
Lascivious.
Okay.
That's correct, right?
That is correct.
That's good. Oh, yeah. Wait, why you got to be fucking with my shit? All right, there you go. Thank you.
Hey, I thought Sun Country was a pro-fuck airline.
I don't know about that.
I thought you could do
But I
anything.
tell you
on
this.
that.
No, that's Delta.
This is a bullshit charge. This is a bullshit charge. Nobody saw the penis go in the mouth. All they saw was head under a blanket. It's not illegal to make out in public.
It's not illegal to
they
sleep in
charged
someone's
them
lap.
with lewd and lascivious behavior.
Prove it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Going with a defense attorney on this one. They better call Thomas.
Except I think they were. I mean, they were doing.
How do you know,
They
bro?
were-
You
come on,
weren't
they were-
there. This ain't like the guy that nutted 4 times on the plane in 3 hours.
It's kinda like that.
He was beating off to the lady and doing that. Y'all go back and listen to that episode. That dude had his junk out.
Yeah.
No,
And
but
he was a little drunk. So what? They're making out. So what? She puts the head under the blanket.
So
You can't
what?
See nothing. She might have been taking a nap.
Yeah. They were just joking.
That's it. Hey, keep
Wow.
crimes all the time.
All the time.
Life will crime.
Thank you for that, Woody Overton. You always come up with the best kinky crimes.
You a bear white anaconda. Bear white.
I need help.
Uh-oh.
I need help with
Your nickname is BWA.
BWL.
Bear white
Love it.
anaconda.
banjos.
Like true banjo
Okay.
Heritage.
Yeah.
So dumb criminals, but we are going to talk about the Florida men that were found guilty of murdering rapper Triple X Tentacion.
Ooh. Go ahead,
that,
Mike.
huh?
That's pretty impressive.
Was that on
It's like
side of a
20
tequila
syllables.
bottle?
Man, back
Was that
in
on
the
side of a
day.
tequila bottle?
Big fan back in the day.
Second.
They face life in prison. This goes back about 5 years, I think. On the afternoon of June 18th, 2018, up-and-coming 20-year-old hip-hop artist Triple X Tentacion was murdered in an attempted robbery just outside Riva Motorsports, an upscale motorcycle shop in Deerfield Beach, Florida. The rapper, whose real name is Jase Onfroy, was shot multiple times in the neck and was in critical condition before being pronounced dead. Now, 3 Florida men have been found guilty of his murder. On March 20th, Dedrick Williams, 26, Trayvon Newsom, 24, and Michael Boatwright, 28, were convicted of first-degree murder and armed robbery. A Broward County, Florida jury deliberated for more than 7 days before issuing a decision. The men will all be sentenced to life in prison due to Florida law. The trio robbed Triple X Tentacion of $50,000 and later took videos flashing the stolen cash.
There's the dumb criminal part right there.
Triple X Tentacion had just exited Riva Motorsports when an SUV swerved in front of his car and blocked him. The street security footage shows him being confronted by 2 masked gunmen, one of whom was Boatwright, who shot him multiple times. The men grabbed his Louis Vuitton bag, which was full of money, from inside his car and sped away. Robert Allen, a 4th man involved in the robbery, pleaded guilty in 2022 to second-degree murder. Allen was inside the getaway car while the killing happened. He testified against the 3 other defendants and has yet to be sentenced himself. So they took the life of this up-and-coming young rapper and decided to do that in front of everyone and smile for the cameras.
Yeah. That is
And then
some
post-
dumb criminals.
criminals.
Banjos. don't know about them dumb criminals. Woody Overton.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of them. It ain't hard to find dumb
Prisons are
criminals.
full of dummies.
Yeah. So we want to thank everybody out there for listening. Look, if you've taken part in HelloFresh, let us know. Let us know what you think of it.
Post.
We love it.
What you cook.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually get tons of responses about it.
Yeah.
All the people saying, "Oh my God, this is fire," and people saying, "I've already been using it," because it's such a good deal, and really it is.
It really is, and it's very well packed, y'all.
The food is good, and you know what? Some of the ice packs that came in.
Oh, I already use them.
Guess what? Mine are in the freezer, and they'll be put on my beer this afternoon.
100%. I reuse them. I save them.
Use them. As long as you got the freezer space and things.
Yeah, might as well.
You know how much they want to charge me for a fucking bag of ice at a convenience store?
How much?
I walk in, I got a couple of dollars thinking, a bag of ice. Girl sitting behind the counter. I said, "One bag of ice, please." She said, $5.49. I said, "For fucking what?" And she said, "For that bag of ice." I said, $5.49.
I think there's some decent margin on that.
I wouldn't give you $2. I was going to give you $2.49. I said $5.49 for a bag of ice. Shit.
You can negotiate anything.
Yeah, that's
by Woody Overton. What'd you get the bag for? What'd you pay for?
I didn't get that bag. I actually went across the street to another store and paid like $1.79 or something.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's just they were.
Hey, but
they
you know
were,
what? I don't have to worry about it because I got HelloFresh bags now.
They were like
That's right.
And at my place
triple
in
the price of the
Norwood,
place
I've got an
around
ice
the
machine, right?
Yep.
So I guess I'm everything's gone up, and I'm blessed enough to have old shrimper ice at the headquarters, Real Life Real Crime headquarters, and all that. But I ain't paying $5.49 for
what kind of ice did you say? Shrimper ice?
Yeah, shrimp ice. That's so good. The best drink ice, and you can't even. They don't even make it anymore.
It's like Sonic Ice.
What's
Yeah,
shrimp?
well, it's shrimp ice is like these big, long square cubes, and they stay colder longer. And shrimp are this old ice machines that I got when we got our property. Where it used to be an old Girl Scout camp. So in the mess hall, they had the ice machines, and they don't even make these fuckers anymore.
Yeah.
But it lasts forever, and it's perfect for drinks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I'm not paying the $5.40, but I use HelloFresh.
And I get shit about my house.
Dude's got a whole Girl Scout camp, Mike.
Mike, don't be lying. You got a butler, sir.
Is
Your
that
ice.
next to the 5-car garage?
What's your butler's name, Mike?
Alfred.
It's your business.
What is it? I don't know. It's not
Alfred. I got a good. I got a really strong recommendation from a guy in Gotham City that he worked for.
Gotham.
So we brought him on board. He's a bit proper.
On that note,
Love all y'all. Thank you for listening.
Yep.
I really do appreciate y'all. Keep sending, sharing and liking us and
in
numbers don't
stories,
lie.
if you see some interesting
stories.
current stories, send them
Actually,
to us.
A lot of stories we covered in the last couple of episodes. I already posted them in the crew page. So
Yeah.
and so we love y'all.
If you
Thank
send stories, send pronunciation along with.
Oh,
those,
don't say
along
that
with
because
those
I'm
stories.
getting those every day.
Here we go.
Here's the deal. I'm pretty sure that, and I love y'all, and you know who you are, and I'm pretty sure I'm 53 years old, and I'm not trying to change my pronunciation of
right.
words or whatever. I get it. It bothers you. I'm sorry. Love y'all.
And until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino. I just want to say one thing.
Yeah. Here it comes.
No. Really
last
seriously,
words.
Every time we come in, we get together to do this. We want to be entertaining. We want the shows to be fun. Some days there ain't nothing but bad news out
shit,
there,
that's crime,
and
right?
because we're talking about crime, and so if a Monday brings us all down a little bit, We're 4 days a week, folks. So you can count on Wednesday bringing us back up.
And then let me throw this to you. Honestly, you get tired of me saying that our hearts and prayers go out to the victims and their families. And
Yeah,
stuff. They really do,
100%.
y'all. And unfortunately, crime is crime, and unfortunately, it involves a lot of murder and people being killed and stuff like that. So, but we always, with the utmost respect to the victims and the people who commit the crimes, can go fuck themselves.
Until next time, I'm Jim Chapman,
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino.
your host of Real Life, Real Crime Daily. Peace. Peace.
Show business.
Boom.